Hi, everybody. Thank you for checking out In Conversation with Amber the Fangirl. This is MC RYU, and I've done many voices. Actually, I wrote a lot of the voices and a lot of the stuff for Parappa the Rapper. Starting off with Chop Chop Master Onion, Joe Chin, Masan, and along with a few other characters. And I do radio right here in Tokyo. This is Chop Chop Master Onion, Tamanagi Sensei with Amba the Fungal. Check it out, y'all. ATF, kick, pum, sword in the mind, Amba the Fungal. Yeah, there's no need to fear, because Joe Chin is here. You are checking out Amba the Fangirl in Conversation ATF. Captain Fussenpepper say, get up in the morning, run out of the clock, show me what you got, soldier. Always look up in the sky, give me your guts, never give it up, like Amba the Fangirl. Never give up. Everybody check out In Conversation with Amba the Fangirl. Amba the Fangirl, ATF.
Masan! Hi guys, Amber here, and wearing a Parappa beanie because I'm rocking it. Well, I'm not the only person who's rocking it. My guest is rocking it. My guest is best known for voicing Chop Chop Master Onion himself in Parappa the Rapper, and not just the game. He also voice acted as him in the anime. Yes, because he speaks Japanese as well. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. He also voices Captain Fussenpepper in Jamalami and also Parappa 2. Masan, the little dog. Is he a dog?
I don't know. What are you?
Little thing in a Jamalami's band. And Jochin himself. And he's literally, if you were to look up the definition of Chop Chop Master Onion for all the games, for all the animes, for all everything, it would come up with this person. My guest is Ryu Watabe, or MC RYU. Welcome.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. What an honor.
You're welcome. Oh my gosh, it feels surreal. It really does feel surreal. I could cry.
I'm just a person.
I know.
Same as you, same as me. We're all the same.
Yeah, I know. But wow, what time is it for you over there now? Because right now it's about 10 to 6 in the morning in England.
About 10 to 3 p.m. in Tokyo. It was a beautiful autumn day out here in Tokyo today.
Oh wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, beautiful day out here.
Yeah, it's still dark outside here, so you know.
I'm sure it is.
Oh yeah.
Just got up. Good morning, Ohayou gozaimasu.
I don't wake up early usually in the morning. I'm not a morning person. It's fine. It's completely fine. But if it's something like an interview or I have to get up to go to a Comic-Con really early, or if I'm going somewhere, yes, I have to get up. And it's worth it in the end, definitely. Wow. Oh my gosh, it feels so surreal. So, backstory for you guys. I recently got into the Parappa the Rapper franchise, hence why I'm cosplaying as him at Comic-Con next weekend. Ryu, I will send you some photos. I promise you, I will send you some photos. If I see a Chop Chop Master Onion cosplay, I will definitely take a photo.
Wow, if you do, please, I'd be so happy to see something like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and do Chop Chop Master Onion someday. It's hard to like kind of master. Do I use face paint? Do I use a mask or a head? I don't know.
That would be very difficult, wouldn't it?
Yeah, perhaps, maybe. Face paint could work. I mean, oh yeah. She just reminded me I need to get face paint because I need to do my nose black. Just like
hair and I don't know.
Yeah, the sprout on his head.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So, I recently got into the Parappa franchise. I know it already because I've seen people play it when I was about 8-ish, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to own this game. And then it sort of like kind of went down a little bit, and then recently I was like, okay, I love this game. I love the character designs. I love the voice acting. So obviously I got into it, and well, I found you, Ryu.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It felt
what a pleasant surprise.
I know, yeah, and I'm so happy that we finally get to speak. It feels so surreal. It was just an email away. I was just, oh my gosh. So, I'm speaking quietly, not just because I know you already know this, Rube, I'm just saying because, you know, I like to say everything twice. I'm speaking quiet not only because it's nearly 6 a.m. here and most of my family is still asleep, it's also because I've been battling the flu for about 2 weeks.
Oh, you okay now?
No,
Better?
still not.
No.
I had it just before we broke up from college. I had it on open day. It was the worst. I had to perform with a sore throat, and I literally lost my voice the next day. I got better. Ended up passing it on to my parents, who then passed it back on to me, and then I ended up getting it. I had to lose my first week of college just to stay off.
Oh no,
It was
really?
yeah, it was horrific. It was just I felt so weak. I was just
Terrible.
worst thing.
You okay now? I mean, are you better? You still have a fever?
Ish, I'm okay-ish. My throat's still a bit constricted, but you know, drinking regularly, so hopefully it'll be fine.
I hope this interview at least makes you feel better. I mean,
Yeah,
you know.
it will definitely. I'm definitely sure. Um, right, I would like to obviously open this off with the generic question you probably get asked. How did you get involved in the Parappa franchise?
Oh, originally, PlayStation back in the days was just starting. I think it was PlayStation 2, perhaps, was it? And this was 94, 95, 96.
Hmm.
And PlayStation, the whole PlayStation franchise was trying very hard to create realistic games in sports, and just any type of games. They were trying very hard to get into realistic, to make their games look very realistic, to make it faster, more action packed. Then there was a producer named Mr. Matsura, who is the executive producer of Parappa Rapper, who came up to me and said, I heard you can rap in English and you also speak Japanese and you're also a musician. And he said he'd like to make a music game. And what do you mean a music game? A game that you can basically play on a video game. And it doesn't really make sense because when you play music, you need freedom, which you don't really have on a video game. And he's like, what do you mean? Well, he liked to make it into like a percussion game and turn it into a rap game. And so, well, that kind of seems interesting, but I mean, how much creativity would we have as musicians? Because I knew he was a musician and I knew I was a musician. He's like, there's not much. It's just push button and maybe the rap could be a button and not. So that's kind of interesting. So I went into his studio and he worked for Sony. And also Rodney Greenblatt was already decided to be an artist. And we decided that, they were trying to make the games realistic, but we didn't want to distort Rodney's paintings. So we decided to go with flat pictures. Instead of making Rodney's pictures look real, we try to make it flat on purpose and not make it realistic.
Wow.
And yeah, we tried to make it look flat and fake on purpose, but put more emphasis on the gaming itself. And so what I did was I just basically wrote like 5 or 6 songs. And the first song was, I said, well, why don't we just make a karate song? And I'll be honest with you, I wrote this first song. I probably wrote it on my sofa while I was eating potato chips, watching a
Wow.
movie. I just saw my bed, just like this. I say, oh yeah, I forgot to write that rap song. And I was like, whatever, kick, punch, chop, block, rap.
It's all in the mind.
Yeah. And then whatever, and there's a beat, kick, punch, chop, hit, whatever. And then I had to go in like Tuesday morning in the studio. Oh, I have to finish that part. And honestly, it's probably on the bus there. Kick, punch is all in the mind. Fine. If you want to test me, I'm sure you're fine. The things I'll teach you, beat you, sure to beat you. I'm your teacher, whatever. That's all I did. And as far as the voices were concerned, we used to watch, there was a thing called Kung Fu Theater in America that I used to watch. And I guess it was old Chinese Kung Fu, Hong Kong movies, I think. And we used to watch the overdubs. And they used to be like thin Kung Fu masters who the voice overdubs just didn't match. And it's like, Master Quan wants to see you. But his voices just didn't match. And I try to replicate that. that's just turned out to be Chop Chop Master Onion. And it's kind of ironic because back in the days, I was trying very hard on my music to write good music that I thought was good to produce to the world and take out to the world, which sold maybe 5 a day. I wrote Parappa the Rapper on my sofa eating potato chips, and that went 1.5 million. So that's just how the world works, I guess. But that's just the beginning. I mean, it was just through knowing a person in Sony who wanted somebody who can speak English, who go to America together, write it together, go record with it together. And the game originally, Parappa the Rapper, was so new that Sony wasn't even going to sell it as a game. They were going to put it in for example, like a little coupon as a little gift to put it inside. For example, if you buy the PlayStation software, we'll put it in as a gift or as a coupon. And as we were making it, the people in Sony were saying, Dusan, people are loving this game. And they're like, people are digging this game. And we took it to New York a few times. We started recording. And as we went, even in people in New York, was, I think this might be a big hit even in the States. That's how the game just started turning into more of a game more than one of those toys. So originally it was supposed to be a toy.
Wow, I didn't know that.
For kids, that's exactly what it's supposed to be.
Wow.
We were making an educational kid for toys. That's what it was supposed to be. That's why there's only 6 stages. Yeah, we would have made like 20 stages.
That's why I can probably see why the sequel has 8 stages then.
There you go, exactly.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Wow, what a stellar cast you worked with. You had Dread Fox, you had Kenya Hathaway, Michelle Burks, Armstead Christian, and just, wow.
All these guys we just interviewed in New York. They just came into our studio one by one, and I interviewed them along with Matsuda-san in the studio, and they just came in and like Dread Fox. I mean, he called us on a phone booth. We didn't have cell phones back in the day. He interviewed us from a public phone, and he did all the Parappa lines over the phone. So he must have looked stupid. He was calling from a cell phone, going, "Hey, Parappa the Rapper, over the phone." You know, I said, "Where are you?" And I'm at a public phone near a drugstore. So yeah, back in the days.
I know you can't hear me laughing because obviously my throat's gone, but you know, oh my gosh, wish my throat was normal. I would be laughing.
You sound fine, Amber. You sound fine.
Yeah, I suppose, but I'm usually quite loud, so I'm kind of glad I'm not like this.
You sound fine.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And I was going to say, wow, just such a wonderful cast with such a range of voices. I mean, I was doing research. Michelle Burks, bless her heart, taken too soon.
Yes, she's very, unfortunately, we call her Mickey.
Mickey.
Mickey, Michelle Burks. Mickey, unfortunately, she passed away, and she's not with us anymore. But she was so talented, and she was one of the sweetest people that I've ever met. She came to Japan many times to do shows with us. I don't know why God decided to take her. It still haunts me to this day. But she's just a sweet, sweet person. Like you said, she's very talented. She could sing. She could do all kinds of voices. And we tell her to be a mean person, she could be mean. We tell her to be a nice person, she could be nice. I don't know how these people can do this. I mean, voice acting is something that you can only do through a microphone. And you have to do all these expressions through that one little microphone. You can't use any of your physical actions. And like you say, I mean, it's very, very difficult.
It's all in the voice box.
It's all in the voice.
Shout, scream, it's all in the voice.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm happy to say I'm also following in your footsteps as a voice actor. I had my first job just before the pandemic, and I always tell this to every interview recipient because, well, I don't think you'll ever see anything like it again, because the product that I worked on is not being produced anymore because the company who made it recently went bankrupt. So that's it. That's only just the one-time thing.
What did you do?
Well, I have an obsession with, you know, these ride on toys, coin operated rides, you find outside of stores, you put the
Yes,
money
of
in, you
course I
move.
do. Yeah, that's what we grew up on.
Well, I have an obsession with those.
I saw your YouTube and you put it in, right? They still have those in Britain, Great Britain?
I do. We do. I have 4 at my house.
Oh, wow. Wow, 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 wow.
Yeah. So
And
go ahead.
and they have what? Did the voices come out of those or?
Yeah. Yeah, I did the voice for one of them.
No way. What kind of voices come out of those things?
Well, what happened was I spoke to, well, not I spoke, okay, I was friends with the director of this company who made these rides, and he was like, we're making a new ride that's released in January, we're exhibiting it in London, and we'd like you to be the voice for it. So I was like, no audition, they literally just asked me to do it. I was like, oh my gosh.
How exciting.
I couldn't speak for at least 2 minutes. I was like, okay, yes.
What kind of voice did they want?
Well, it was a helicopter ride, so obviously
Wow.
it wasn't
Oh.
like, oh yeah, it's silly voice or anything. It was literally just a sort of control tower voice. Would be like, heli to tower, come in tower, something like that.
Awesome. ATC. Wow, really?
Yeah, it just felt so great. It was beautiful, and you can't see it on my wardrobe, but I have a photo of it there.
Wow.
That
You
was it
got
in
to
London.
Wow. Oh, wow. I'm obsessed with planes and helicopters. So, wow.
Yeah,
Really?
it
You
felt
got
so
to be
great.
ATC, air traffic control.
It
Wow.
felt so great. It felt really brilliant. No, it's just being in London, just having that thing on that stand. And what's funny is that I used to be scared of those things when I was growing up. Kids. I'm just gonna say. So
I
kids
can see that. Yeah.
would
Yeah.
go on these rides.
Yeah.
They would excuse me, they would obviously jump on them saying, I want to go on that ride over there.
Right.
Me and my brother, we were terrified of them. We didn't go anywhere near them. We didn't want anything to do with them. Every time we saw them out of a store, kids would go to them. We would just be like, nope, I'm not going on that. It's all because of a memory I had. There was a Thomas the Tank Engine ride outside a shop when I was little. I went on it and it made like a noise. It was like a really loud noise. It's like the trap mode that goes off, every 2 minutes to attract kids. Went off, scared the living daylights out of me, probably jumped out of my skin. Never liked them at all. Well, my parents are probably grateful because I saved them. Pardon?
You didn't like the sound?
I just thought they were gonna. It's gonna sound silly. I thought they were gonna just encase me in and eat me alive. No escape.
Right.
Same as me then. So what happened was, well, my parents are probably grateful I saved them a good few pounds. So so as I got older, I started liking them a bit more. I was like, okay, I'll go on this one. Okay, that's it. I'll just have one there. That's it. And then when I got to 12, I was like, okay, I could, like them. And people were filming them for YouTube, and I was like, okay, I could do that. So I filmed one. And then ever since then, and that was about 5 years ago, I've just been going up and down the country just filming these rides.
Oh.
It's just amazing, honestly.
Good for you. You broke your own barrier. Good for you.
Yeah, and it's just so, and it's the popularity with autistic children. It's very, I wouldn't say it's odd, it's very unique, because ever since then I've had hundreds of messages from parents saying, oh, my son, my daughter loves your channel. He loves the such and such ride. Thank you for filming it. He plays on repeat every day, and he always says, can we watch Amber on YouTube? And it just warms my heart.
That's awesome. You're doing that's awesome. That's
Thank you.
Really awesome.
I felt
really
amazing. And then obviously I was asked to be the voice of one. So I essentially went from being scared of them to actually being the voice of one of them.
There you go. Good job. That's the way to go.
I conquered my own fear.
That's the way to go.
It felt great.
One step at. Good job. Good job. Good
job.
job.
You're making me blush.
I mean, that's what life's all about. everybody has their own challenges, and
Yeah.
big or small doesn't matter. It's just you went through your own challenge. Good
Yeah.
job.
Oh my
Good,
gosh, thank you. Oh my god.
good job. Good job.
I could cry. I just feel
Yeah.
so happy.
Oh, we all have our own challenges, man. That's
You've
good
made me
job.
you've made me so happy.
Good
Thank you.
job. Good job.
Ah, I feel blessed. Oh, what was I gonna say? I was just about to say something. I completely lost my train of thought.
That's how it is. That's
I'm
how it is.
trying to think. What was I gonna say? It will come back to me. Oh yes, I've just
It
remembered.
will. Yeah, I was just asking you how you got into that
Yeah,
business, how you got into that job, how you got
yeah.
that job. Yeah.
And then obviously the company went bankrupt because of COVID.
Mhm.
So they were meant to produce like hundreds of models. They only ended
Mhm.
up producing 2.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. Um,
Mhm.
one's in Yorkshire, which is up north, and there's one in Iceland, the
Oh,
country
really?
Iceland. I was like, oh wow. So they're like, oh yeah, we have one in England and one that's in a foreign country. I was like, foreign country? So is that like America, Canada, Australia, Japan, Iceland? I'm like, wow, okay,
Wow.
okay. And what's funny is that they dubbed the messages on the ride, like not when the ride is not in motion, it says like all safety things and stuff and then how much it costs. All of that was dubbed into Icelandic. The sound effects on the ride, which was me,
But your
unchanged.
voice hasn't changed,
Unchanged.
of course.
So I was
How
like,
sweet it
oh
is.
my gosh.
How
I was like,
sweet.
I started crying because I know
That's cool.
it's, oh yeah.
That's cool.
It's
That's cool.
getting myself out there. It really is getting myself out
That's cool.
there. Well,
That's cool.
enough talking
That's
about
cool.
myself, of course. I don't wish to, center this whole interview on me. You'll have to interview me someday.
I will.
Stick it on my channel. Oh, yeah. Oh, so you thought this was going to be a normal episode? Well, no, it's actually the recipient interviews the person who's conducting the interview. Yeah, pull an Uno reverse card. So I'd also like to ask you about the live event that you did in New York City with most of the cast where you performed live and for
Yeah, I forgot about
Jamalami.
that. Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah,
on
that was fun.
YouTube. I've seen it. Wow,
Oh my gosh, it is? Oh my gosh, I
the whole
didn't know
thing's
that.
on YouTube. It's
Oh, wow.
brilliant.
I didn't even know that. Well, that was a long time ago.
1999, I believe that was.
You weren't even born probably. Oh my
I
gosh, that
was
was a
born in 2004.
I remember that year very well. I mean, wow.
1999 or
Yeah,
2004.
yeah,
Mm,
both very well,
wow.
both very well. Because I used to host the Soul Train. I don't know if you know, Soul Train is the Soul Train from Don Cornelius Productions. It is the 70s soul, it's a TV show from Don Cornelius, which is a very famous production. I got to do a radio version in Tokyo, and
Wow.
that's why I knew all the hip hop to R&B soul artists who came to Tokyo, starting from James Brown to Ray Charles to Janet Jackson to all the hip hop artists who came to Tokyo automatically came to see me for my show to do interviews. And that's why but that was after Parappa. And before, when I was doing Parappa, I did not have Soul Train. So naturally I was kind of into this hip hop black music culture naturally. Originally I was a rock musician, but so it came naturally to me to, I guess, be in the music world, but on the hip hop side naturally, I guess. So when I did Parappa, it did seem natural to me. But however, even in the 90s, I guess, being an Asian person doing live shows, producing live shows in New York was a little strange, was a little different back in the days. So when you mentioned that show that we did in New York, it was a little different. I guess probably from now because Sony was producing it. Mr. Matsura and I was pretty much the producer of the whole show. Um, there were times when I do remember it probably wouldn't be now, But I do remember when there were times when a certain group of artists didn't want to listen to us. They're like, wow, you're Asian. We can do better than you. I do remember that. They're like, it probably wouldn't happen now, but what you know about hip hop, man? I remember when they gave us attitude. I'm saying, no disrespect. I'm just saying that's how we would like to proceed. I do remember that aspect. I mean, why are you making money off our culture? They gave us that that kind of attitude. Some, I'd say maybe 5% of the people there did give us that attitude. I do remember that. I didn't mean that in any way at all. I meant more respect to the culture.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I respect everyone's interest. I mean, you do you. If it makes you happy, it makes you happy. That's fine. As long as it's not hurting everyone, you're fine.
Yeah. I did not mean that, but I did receive some of that energy back in the days. I remember that since you mentioned that to me, I did remember that.
Oh, wow. So what was it like working on the sequel, Jamalami? So it was essentially like Guitar Hero meets Parappa the Rapper.
Yes.
What
Yes, Mr. Matsura originally was a rock musician. He did not have too much love for hip hop at that time. And that is the reason why Parappa was a success, is what I was told. If he was too much into hip hop, there would have been more hip hop elements. Too much more, it would have been too deep into hip hop, and maybe Parappa would not have been that much of a success. Jamalami, however, was more rock. And I was told to put lyrics into guitar phrases, which was much more challenging. Much more challenging. He'd have a guitar phrase, and I'd have to, I have like, I'll let my best, and I'd have to put words to that. That was very challenging. It was a lot more challenging than Parappa the Rapper, the hip hop version. For me, it was much more challenging.
Wow.
Much.
I mean, I have played it. I have an emulator which plays PlayStation 1 games, because the original copies of Jamalami and the original Parappa, they fetch quite a high price over here. They go for about, I don't know, at least 50, 60 pound. I'm not sure how much that is in yen.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not sure how much is that in yen, would you say?
That would probably be 8,000 yen, 9,000 yen, almost 10,000 yen, I think.
Wow. Let me just search up £50 in yen.
How much would that be in dollars? I mean, well,
well, I'll just say dollars. Let's say, I think
yen?
I have seen a copy of Jamalami on eBay go for about £65, which in American dollars is $87.
Right, so it's about 10,000. But you can't play that on these normal newest PlayStations, right? Wouldn't you need an old PlayStation to play it?
Well, some models play the games.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, I know the PlayStation 2 obviously plays original PlayStation games, because I have tried it before. I mean, heck, my parents used to play. They said they used to play Bugs Bunny back in the day when the PlayStation was first released. I was like, you were a gamer? You didn't tell me.
Be careful, your parents might be better than you.
1v1.
You just don't know.
1v1.
We used to grow up, we played Space Invaders and Pac-Man, so.
I have a Pac-Man machine downstairs, like one of the old retro arcade ones.
You do.
I do.
I'm sorry, I take that back.
It's fine, honestly. I can't get past level 3. It's so hard.
I'm happy to hear that. Me neither.
I'm getting there. I have a photo somewhere.
Me neither.
You can't see it well, obviously, but it's there.
I can't see anything. What's that?
Sorry, it's too bright. There we go. There it is.
Oh, there it is. Oh, you have the actual machine. Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but it knew it was in our Costco, so we were like, oh yeah, we got to have that.
Like Costco? Wow.
Yeah, we have a few Costco's over here. I was like, it was about $269.
That's it?
Yeah.
Wow. Wish we had space. Wow.
Yeah, so like, they're doing another version. I think there's a Street Fighter one they're doing out this year.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. We haven't got enough room for it, so we're like, nah, we're not gonna get it. So yeah. So yeah, we have essentially like an arcade in our back garden, because I have a younger brother. He loves playing Parappa the Rapper with me. He loves playing the multiplayer on the second game. Absolutely loves it. So always makes us laugh. So he's obsessed with like arcades and stuff, just like me. He's unable to leave the house because of how, I wouldn't say how bad his autism was, but I would say it's because he can't really cope outside the house, you know, with all the triggers and stuff like that. So we built an arcade in the back garden.
Whoa, how cool is that?
Yeah, very, very cool. And as you can see, it's here.
Oh man, I would love to have one of those. Man, we all need one of those.
So it's like this big hut in the back garden.
Everybody needs one of those.
4 rides squeezed in, 2 claw machines, 1 gambling machine. So
you bad girl.
I hardly. Well, to be fair, my dad says to me, "This machine is the only nice machine that we have. You know, it's the only nice machine. Other fruit machines outside of this household are not nice. They don't pay out like this one does, because that one, the skill level set to really low, so it's guaranteed to pay out on nearly like every something tries. So I give you some problem. And we have coins, so we put them in, and then they just get thing back out to us, like old £1 coins.
Okay, that's how it works.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, I just won £50. He was like, good thing too, these fruit machines don't bite. This fruit machine doesn't bite. Yeah, other fruit machines outside the house, whether it be in a pub or anywhere else, are not as nice. So yeah, we built that in the back garden. We hardly use it in the winter, to be fair, because of how cold it is, because it can get very cold over here. So hardly snows really, yeah. But yeah, I should go out there perhaps later on today, maybe.
Go for it.
Yeah, definitely get my big coat on. I have a 90s coat in my wardrobe. It's like you can't. I know you can't see it, but it's like pretty much 90s. It's like it's a windbreak. It's like it's black. It's got pink and green stripes, yellow triangles. It's brilliant.
Okay,
I have to try and find a photo of it.
Way to go.
Yeah, I was gonna say the company was going out of business, so I was like, okay, I might as well buy it. I can try and find it on here. I don't think there's no photos of it on. Of course, there's no photos of it online because obviously the company's gone out of business. But I thought there would be at least one photo on the internet. Oh, here it is. There it is.
Oh wow, that's cute.
Yeah, I wore it to college one day, and my teachers was like, "Oh my god, did you just come straight out of the 1990s?" I was like, "Yes, I did." No, I didn't know. I bought it off this beautiful independent business in Chicago. Absolutely amazing. And they even put a few American sweets in my package. So it was like a Tootsie Roll, SpongeBob gummy candy. I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's so sweet!" I didn't even expect it.
That's what we grew up on.
Yeah. I mean, I love American candy. I love Japanese food as well, and candy. I had my first ramenade drink the other day. Ramenade. You know the ones where you the marble on the top and then you push it in.
Yep.
I had that, and I pushed it in, and it just overflowed all everywhere. I was like, "Oh no!"
You gotta cover the top before it overflows.
Oh, I see. I was gonna say because the whole London just stinks like strawberry now.
Then you gotta wait for it.
I'll keep that in mind for next time because I don't want my whole London smelling like strawberries again. It was fun, but we couldn't get the smell out for at least 2 days. Wow. Okay, back on track. Sorry. Jamalami. Fright Flight. That was like the fastest song. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, wow. I was like, that's like the video game equivalent of Rap God. I was like, oh my gosh. He was like, get up in the morning, run around the tracks, tell me you got soldier. I was like,
oh my gosh. I forgot about those songs.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh my.
When we had a writer named Ito Gabin-san, who would come up with the storylines. And according to the storylines, Matsuda-san would come up with a track, and I would write the rap, and Rodney would come up with the character. And by the time we were making Unjamalami, our chemistry was already there. Rodney would draw the character, Gabin-san would have the storyline, and I would already kind of have an idea of what the rap would sound like. So like you say on Fright Flight, we would already have an aggressive kind of teacher there. And like you say, that kind of
Captain Fussenpepper.
yeah, exactly. So when we already did the original Parappa, we knew that Chop Chop Master would sound like that. And we knew the Mussolini teacher would sound like that. And we knew the reggae teacher would sound like that. So we kind of had different types of rap already. And then we knew the last stage would be a party song with everybody in it. And we knew the stage beforehand, the toilet part would have anybody in it too. So we decided to follow that pattern throughout all games. And perhaps we did Unjama Lami with guitar. Actually, for the third game, we were going to consider going through another genre, perhaps classical or another. But we found out after we did Unjama Lami that people like Parappa the Rapper so much, we just had to go back to it. And that's why it's just how it is. We received word that we should just release a bunch of more Parappa the Rappers, but it was actually very, very difficult to write, record, and produce that kind of game. And that's just how it is right now. So I'd love to do a lot more. It's just that so we have to rewrite the program every single time we make a new one. We have to write everything. Everything just had to be done from scratch. Every game, every sequel had to be done from scratch.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that sounds so cool. And of course, you had brilliant voice actors. I mean, you had Sara Ramirez as Lammy, and just a lot of great people, really.
Like you said, there each voice actor, except for Dread Fox, except for these people who were repetitional, we had to go through all the auditions for each person, and that was also we took a lot of time in our auditions too, to try to find the right person. Like I said, even for Parappa 2 and for Unjama Lami, again, we did the whole sequence with my voice. Even for Parappa the Rum, when Parappa the Rapper starts, it starts with the movie theater scene, with people walking out of the theater. They were watching Jet Baby, the movie, and Parappa and PJ Berry and everybody's walking out of Sunny Funny. They walk in the theater. The whole sequence was done with my voice. There's a version with me. It's all done with my voice. That was exciting. Shut up. It's all done with my voice. And we took all of that, and then the voice actors just covered over it.
Wow.
That's all it is. Even for the games. Kick bums all in the mind. I did all my voices, and then I did my part, and I did the Parappa's part. Even for the Mussolini part, it was all done with my voice. Even the reggae part was done with the voice.
Wow.
I wake up in the morning. I've been working there since my mama was a baby. Even though the rhythm was small, I did that. That was I did that part, which was overdubbed with another person. I did every single one, every single character, every single voice in all those games. It was me first. I'm the original, and the voice actors overdubbed what I did. Of course, they put in their characters too, but because since we did everything in Japan, Gabin-san, me, and Matsuro-san would talk over and say, "We want this. Let's have it this kind of voice. Let's have him more energetic. Let's have him more sympathetic." And that's how I did it. And then we made it over, and then we just took the whole thing to New York and had the voice actors do it over. And like I told you many, many times, coincidentally, Chop Chop Master Onion and Joe Chin, we just left it there. That's all.
Wow. I wonder if those original tracks still exist with you doing the voice.
Matsuro-san has it. He still has it.
Wow. Oh my gosh. They just released a modified game just with your voice.
It's still there. I mean, the whole thing, it's still there. I mean,
Parappa the Rapper, but it's just Ryu. That's it. That's it. You can't get anything better than that, of course.
Just need so.
Yeah.
So that's why Sony still takes good care of me, even after 20 somewhat years. They know that I really helped out in creating a game to help sell, promote PlayStation as a whole, to get PlayStation on track. And there's a lot of music games right now, the taiko games and the dancing games, and they know that the original was Parappa that really started it. And so I still have a lot of respect in Sony, which is very helpful to me. I won't say I have free access pass to Sony, but the executive people at Sony Music, Sony Music Artists, Sony Music Entertainment, Sony Music, they really still pay a lot of respect to me. It's really nice.
Wow, that's so
It's really
cool. And of course, you returned after like 10 years since the sequel to PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale as Master Onion.
Yes, and they're really
CCMO.
polite and they're really kind to me. That's what I like about working in this country. I grew up in LA. I don't know how it would be in LA, but I guess Japanese people are kind of like that.
I didn't know you grew up in LA.
I grew up in
Wow.
LA. All my life, I grew up in LA. I came back to Japan. Well, I came to Japan from college. So, yeah, that's why I speak both languages.
Wow. So what sort of American things did you watch in LA? Did you watch cartoons or anything?
Oh yeah, I mean, I grew up I'm just typical Californian. I mean, I grew up watching Three's Company and Bugs Bunny and then all the cartoons, Tom and Jerry and all that, you know. That's all I watched. That's all
Wow.
I had. I didn't have a choice.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Red
And
Flintstone and
what about Transformers?
Transformers was new school to me. That happened in the 90s, 80s, right?
80s, yeah, mid
Yeah,
80s.
I graduated from animation then. I was already into rock when Transformers started. I noticed you were watching a lot of Transformers, but to me that was too
I've met the
new.
voice actors for Optimus and Megatron, so very nice people. They are.
Right. I saw your interviews of the Transformer person. Yeah, yeah, you're
Oh,
right, man.
thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, it makes you feel honored. I feel honestly honored. Like, wow. What was another thing? I was literally just gonna say something, but it's left me again.
That's okay.
So,
We forget everything too.
oh
Don't
well.
worry.
Yeah. Oh well. Um, wow. And I mean, okay. Of course, we're talking about cartoons, anime. I have to ask. Obviously, like you were the only voice actor from the game to return for the anime, the Parappa anime.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow, and I always watch episode 13. It's my favorite.
Really? You know what? I've never watched it.
Really?
I never watched it. They called me back, but I don't think any of the original game people were too much involved in that because I think Sony gave all the rights to the creators of the animation. And I think Matsuro-san, they gave the music rights, I guess. But like you just said, they only wanted me, like you said, they just wanted me, the Chop Chop Master Onion, to come back
Yeah.
because that was an outstanding character, and they wanted a Japanese guy. I mean, obviously we couldn't get Dread back because Dread lives in New York, and yeah, they just called me back because I could do both languages, and I did come back. But honestly, since Parappa the Rapper was my baby, I knew every angle of the creation. When I went stepped into the animation, it just felt foreign to me. It just felt like they were creating something that was just it was pretty much a spin-off to me. So I mean, I was not uncomfortable. To me, it just seemed like a spin-off that was good luck. You know, please do what you need to do using my baby. Please make money off of my spin-off, and I'll be happy with it. And thank you. So
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as Stellar Voice Cast again, you had Miyu Reno. I apologize if I say his name wrong, but young voice actor. He was like, I think he was a teen when he started doing it, and now he's proper anime voice actor. He's the voice of Sora in the Japanese version of Kingdom Hearts.
oh
So
what? Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. I'm not. Did you record? Oh yeah. Do you record together for anime or do you record separately?
I think it was separate. Yeah, we went
Ah,
in separate days, and yeah, yeah.
I
That was
see.
yeah, that was also a very unique experience for me.
Wow,
A
that's so
huge
cool.
studio, a huge studio. We all step up to the microphone. There's nobody there. Yeah, that was a unique experience for me, recording for anime voices. I've done that a few times, but it's very difficult.
Yeah.
Very,
Well, with me, obviously, when I did my voiceover thing, it wasn't professional. I literally did it on voice memos on my headphone microphone in my bedroom.
that makes it more difficult, though. Wasn't it hard to get into the groove? How was it for you?
It was okay. I did like 5 takes of each line that I had to do. So I was like, oh yeah, such and such tried different voices, and they were like, yeah, we'll just pick out the best voice that we
Uh,
like. So I was like, I can literally tell which voices they used on the reel because each one sounded very different. So I was like, oh yeah, that's the one they used on the ride. And then next line, oh yeah, that was that specific version that they
I
used.
see. I see.
Yeah, wow. So what I'm just gonna say, I love that episode 13 is literally my favorite.
Thank you.
It's
Wow.
like Parappa promises Chop Chop Master Onion, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna clean your dojo, and he comes back from a world-long training trip. He comes back. They haven't cleaned the dojo. Him, Sonny Funny, PJ, Katie. They clean it up, and then he arrives, and they run off, hide. He finds them, and then they're forced to clean the dojo. And then Paula and Matt, obviously the new characters created for the anime, they just ended up doing dojo and then sort of the Kilimanjaro chop and the wonton kick for the rest of the episode and stuff like that.
Oh, that's how it goes. I'm sorry, I didn't know that. Really? Oh,
I'll have to send you a link to the episode.
Can you please send me that? I love
every episode's on YouTube.
I did not know that. Really?
Oh man, it's so funny.
But is that in Japanese?
Yes.
With subtitles?
Yes.
Oh,
they never did an English track.
Right, I don't recall hearing about that. Oh, no. Wow. I didn't know that.
They upload on YouTube and people obviously translated it and added stuff. Well, it's YouTube captions, so if you turn them off, you can have them off and then just watch it with the Japanese voices.
I'm learning from Amber. 皆さん、俺アンバーから勉強していろいろ聞いてますから。ありがたいですね。
Yeah, oh yeah, actually, could you teach me some Japanese?
Of course I can. Depends on what you need to know, what you want to know.
Just simple greetings. I know arigato is thank you.
Arigato.
Arigato. Yeah.
Arigato, you can just say, if you're like really close, you just say domo.
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 No.
Domo is more like thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. I know obviously hello is konnichiwa. I'm trying to think of any other things. I don't know. What's your favorite phrase?
There's a lot, but there's a word called well, we say a lot of sumimasen. Sumimasen is the equivalent to excuse me. Sumimasen. Yeah, so I would just say sumimasen is something that it does mean excuse me. But we could use it to, I like it because it's a humble word. You could say it as in sumimasen, as in excuse me, but you can also use it as in I'm sorry. You could also use it to tap somebody on the shoulder, sumimasen. Especially for a guy who looks like me, a sweet girl like you don't really need to use it. But if I'm walking down the street, if I look like I'm going to offend somebody, like an old person or like young ladies like you walking down the street, and if they're walking down and they think I'm like, if it's like dark street at night, and of course Japan is safe, but if I do need to ask what time it is, whatever, the first thing I would say is sumimasen, meaning instead of saying yo or hey, what's up, I would say excuse me, and immediately they would know that I'm not trying to hurt them or offend them. So that's why I like to use it. Just from my energy, I like to use it.
I mean, I've heard a lot of good stories about Japan. I mean, what a wonderful place it is. I've seen videos. I love Japanese candy. So amazing. Oh my god, I really want to. I think Japan's on my bucket list of countries I want to go to.
Come on, welcome anytime.
Yeah, definitely Tokyo, definitely. Oh man,
you'll like it here. People like you will be taken very.
I heard they like the British a lot, so I was like, oh, okay, definitely.
Of course, they love Britain, they love America, they love Europe, they like everybody.
Wow.
I was amazed too when I first came.
Well, in fact, that actually reminds me, the director of the company who I told you about, who made the ride, his son actually lived in Japan for a while.
English person?
Yeah, and he's just married his girlfriend who is Japanese.
Oh wait.
I can't remember where did it say where I'm trying to find out where it said he lived. Kyushu.
Kitakyushu.
Yeah.
Kita
Get it
Kyushu,
down.
man. You know what? There's nothing in Kita Kyushu. It's like a total suburb, but people who live there say that's where I want to live. The Kyushu is it's a southernmost island in
Yeah,
Japan.
I've seen it. I've had a look at the distance of it from Tokyo. It's like 4 hours, I think.
Yeah, if you fly there, it's like an hour, 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fukuoka is the biggest city. It's really nice. The food there is great. The people are really nice. It's warm out there. Yeah. Kyushu is really nice too.
Oh, I know it's morning now. I can hear the birds chirping outside.
Good morning. Where, where in Britain are you? What city exactly are you
Near
at?
Liverpool, where the
Near
Beatles come
Liverpool.
from.
Oh my God. Did you know the Stones are touring right now? Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
They're in America right now. They just went to my hometown, LA, about 2 weeks ago, I think.
Wow.
They're touring with our Charlie. And I know
Oh.
more than the Stones about you.
Yeah, I'm more of a Queen person.
Hey man, I know Queen too. Of course, I know Queen.
Big
We
fan.
grew up.
Huge fan. Oh my gosh, I have most of the songs on my phone.
Hey, I remember when another one bites the dust was a new song. So
You're making me feel old. It was like the 70s, wasn't it?
I was this small. I was this small. Yeah. It was brand new on the radio.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pardon
I'm
me, I
s-
had to cough. Yeah.
I'm
That
sorry we keep
virus.
drifting off the subject. I'm so sorry.
It's fine, it's fine. I always drift off the subject as well. I want to open my blinds, but the cord is too far away. Yeah, it's just just sometimes I just wish I get an extra like just long string and just pull and just see how light it is outside. Actually, I might as well do that because I love to watch the sunrise. So while I do that, I'd like to ask you: have you ever heard of the game Animal Crossing, Dobutsu no Mori?
Of course I have. Of course I have Dobus no Mori, of course.
Not sure you could tell. I'm a big fan.
It's called Animal Crossing in English.
Yeah, I have all the games.
I didn't know that. I know I never played it. Dobus no Mori, but it's famous. It's big, right? So there's a big game out here.
Yeah, really big. And it's since the new game came out during the height of the pandemic, it's pretty much pandemic therapy.
Oh, I see.
Absolutely amazing. Literally, it's like therapy.
What,
Yes, I
what do you
rely.
like? What's big about Dobus no Mori that you like? Animal Crossing.
I just like the fact that you talk to fictional animals on an island who always classify you as friends, no matter what you do to them, no matter if you beat them with a net 3 times or if you bang a gong outside their house at 3 a.m. in the morning, they'll still love and appreciate you. And
I see.
and just
Ah.
because I was bullied heavily in primary school, I hardly had any friends. I was terrible at making friends. I was terrible at socialization, communication, anything like that. So obviously I struggled making friends in high school and stuff like that, and it ended up with me mental health issues, me trying to take my own life, and it was horrific. Just I had to be pulled out, and I'm in college now, studying performing arts, acting, which is what I want to do, and I haven't met these friends. Such great friends ever. They're just so nice and caring. And before that, it was pretty much Animal Crossing friends. Oh yeah, these people in real life would just be horrible to me. Like, oh yeah, you don't like you. These people in Animal Crossing, you would give them a fruit, and they'd be like, oh my gosh, I love you so much. Here, why didn't you have this sofa in return?
How did you get through all these bullies and bullying and stuff?
Well, pretty much what happened was obviously with a trait of Asperger's is like really bad communication issues. So I struggled to make friends. I struggled to hold proper conversations. I mean, when I was 5, I couldn't even hold eye contact with someone, not even my own parents. But now obviously it's improved a lot because obviously, I'm more of in a socialized community and stuff, and pretty much everyone in my class likes me. And I like them back. So it's like, oh yeah, big community. We all like video games and stuff. Um, well, to get through the bullying, really, some people would just say I sucked it up. I don't know. I suppose I didn't really, deal with it, I guess. But It
That
was
that doesn't lead to like PTSD type thing, or you're not really, are you absorbing it, or you
I pretty much absorbed it when I, just came home every day from school. I mean, it would all just build up, and
must have been tough.
I have to open my blinds. I always love watching the sunrise. Oh my gosh,
Mm.
it's still dark. Never mind then. But yeah, I just have.
Wow, good job, good
I
job.
would absorb everything in school, or people being mean to me, or sensory overload and stuff like that. I would get
I
in and just cry.
I can't, I mean, I never experienced that, but it happens in Japan too. When I see bullying happening, and I just have to say, man, I just want to beat the crap out of people who do that. I know they're just senseless people
You
doing it, but
absolute king.
imagine the people, what people have, what they have to go through. I mean, just young kids. I mean, I imagine if that were my kid, um, what would I tell them if they had to go through it? I would, man, I just imagine what you have to go through.
My
Gosh,
dad's chop chop master onion, and he's gonna beat your ass.
definitely. I'm Chop Chop Master and himself gonna come and kick your ass. I mean, gosh, that's just so, bullying is something that's just gotta go. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I say it's like pretty much like a bottle of Diet Cola and Mentos. Like putting the Mentos in is triggers people saying horrible things to me, sensory overload, teachers being horrible to me, not being treated unfairly. Shut the lid. Me walking in from school, just
I mean, it just
get
goes
in,
along with terrorism and
explosion,
bullying.
my
Yeah.
tears.
Man. Oh, good job. Well, look at you. I mean, it's hard. Can't tell you went through that. I mean, just judging from your 30, 40 minute interview that we have right now.
Thank you. Oh my
Good job.
gosh, I feel
Good job.
loved and appreciated.
Good job. Good job.
Oh man. Wow, I mean, I've had long interviews. I think the longest one I had was an hour and a half. Um,
Don't worry about it.
so I was like, oh, can we make this the longest interview? I don't know, but we could. We could. As I say, it's not a professional interview with my show. I don't, question after question after question, talk about one specific subject and move on to the other. I just talk specific convo. I talk about my life. You talk about your life. We talk about, things that are different in our life. We talk about different subjects. Like if I could bring up Animal Crossing as I did before, and we talk about it, and then I explain, oh yeah, how big is it in Japan? I was gonna actually, that reminds me. Have you seen in Japan like merchandise for it? It's pretty much big. I've seen the Nintendo store. They have like a massive Isabel not cut out, sorry, a statue of her. Wow. So have you seen it? I believe they have Animal Crossing subway trains. I could be
I
wrong.
don't know. Maybe it might be passing by. I happen to not catch it. How new did you say Animal Crossing was?
Well, it was first released in the late 90s, and the
Right,
recent version for the Switch, Nintendo Switch, came
right,
out last year.
right. Now, when Switch, I know that's the Nintendo's putting a lot of money into advertising their Switch products.
Yeah,
I do
I have a Switch
remember
over
when
there.
Switch came out. I don't know, maybe
2017.
okay. I know that Switch is advertising a lot now for
Yeah.
the other Mario products. And I think when they did a whole batch of their productions, I know Animal Crossing was definitely in there,
Yeah.
but I don't know if it stood out. I do not know. I mean, when you go to Shibuya, there's just so much advertising on so much things out there. I
Wow.
tend to pass them by. And being 53 right now, I just
You're
pass by.
53.
I'm 53 now. My daughter's 20. My oldest daughter 21, so 22, I think. I forgot.
I wouldn't have
So
thought. You look a lot younger.
no. So I've been around for a long time. So
Oh.
yeah, I do. But I think, yeah, Dobus no Mori is a very big game. I do know that. I do know this, along with Minecraft and all the big games that are out there.
Yeah.
So yeah. I don't know if I did see Animal Crossing. I don't remember. I don't recall.
It's it's not on my bed right now, as you can tell, but I have Animal Crossing bed sheets. That's how much of a big fan I am. They have pose on at the moment. The only reason was the material just makes it so warm and fluffy. So when I'm ill, I can just bundle up in bed and just sleep. That's pretty much all I've been doing. So, oh my gosh, I'm just so happy.
We all have our favorites.
Yeah. So for me, it's like Animal Crossing, Transformers, Parappa the Rapper. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for changing my life. And Master on YouTube, you're like, I'm just an onion in a dojo. I'm like, you changed my life for the better. Are you still in touch with Dread Fox?
Yes, I am still in touch with that dummy.
Oh wow! So you are. I was wondering if you and some of the cast were still in touch.
Yeah, we are. Our birthdays are 2 days apart, and for some reason we clicked on really. Yeah, we call each other cousins. And there's the black guy. He's excuse me. He's like 6'3". He's really tall.
Wow.
I'm a really short guy, and so when we stand together, we're like this. But we're totally we're like just good friends, and we're like soulmates. And if we weren't guys and guys, we'd probably be married, because like we contact each other every, obviously before August. Our birthday's August 9th, 11th. Like, damn it, we're getting old again. How you doing, cuz? And we're like, shut up, dude. You making money for your kids? You feeding your kids? Shut up, like, shut up, dude. Shut up,
Oh yeah, that reminds me of one line from Yamalami. He's when it's the first stage, Chocho Masteroni, one of the lines is just "shut up." That always makes me laugh.
Shut up again.
I gotta believe.
And like put up, and like chop must say, you gotta believe. Again.
Gotta believe.
Many times, everybody, we got to believe. Always believe.
I found it. I just get that clip just at any time.
You're bringing me back so many memories. Thank you, man. Forgot about these, man.
Oh my god, right. One of my closest friends, he lives down in London. I talk to him constantly. He was like, "Oh yeah," I was like, "Oh yeah, my new favorite game is I love the Parappa The Rapper franchise." And then he goes, "Oh, I don't really like the Parappa The Rapper franchise. It's all flat and it looks cheap." I didn't say anything. I just played this.
Yeah.
And that's it. Left it at that.
Your friend's observation is correct, because we did make it flat on purpose, and then I mean,
I find it very unique.
And because PlayStation 1 did not have enough specs to make that game not flat. We had to make it flat on purpose. It wouldn't have enough, specs to make it creative and make the game new. So
I only remember one bit from Instructor Mussolini's song when you go into cool mode. She's like, "Hey, I have nothing else to teach you no more," and then she just gets dragged out of the roof of the car. She's like, yeah, it makes me laugh so much. It's just brilliant, awesome. So man.
I do radio right now. I mean, I just finished a show today, but even today, there are people in their 40s and 50s who still say that sometimes I still bring out Parappa the Rapper and play it for my kids. And then if we're stuck in COVID and we have nothing to do, I tell my kids to play, and the kids will play for an hour, 2 hours, and they'll just spend time, and they'll say, "Mommy, what's this?" And this is a cool ass game. I never played it. And it's right. It makes me proud. I mean, we used to play this, and it's still a cool game. So that makes me happy.
Wow, that's brilliant. Wow. How old are your kids? I know you said one of them was 21, 22.
Mine's 21, 15, and 13, I think. Yeah.
I see. So I'm sort of like I keep thinking, I don't know, when someone mentions the word 15, I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm 15. No, I'm not. I'm 18 in 3 months. I can't escape adulthood."
Don't worry, you have a long life to go. Life's cool, man. Life's cool. Life just gets better and better as you go.
Aww.
better to go.
I just feel like, I don't know. Oh, it is starting to get a bit light. I can see a bit of light coming through my blinds.
There you go. See, just like that, life gets better. I mean, you had a rough beginning, and so it's going to get. I mean, it's going to get better and better. Believe me.
Yeah, definitely.
You'll have more challenges to go through, but like I just said, just never give it up. Soja.
I have a little Padlet. We use this website for Padlet. So it's like we just put college notes and stuff on it. Mine's literally just decked out in Parappa stuff. The slogan of mine is literally I gotta believe. And also my desktop is literally just Yamalami.
Hey, milk. Oh, that's right, Milk Can. That's
We're
right.
a milk can.
I forgot about the band name too.
It almost makes me laugh, the hairdresser octopus stage, because Katie's like, leave it to Milk Can, and then, oh no, we're Milk Can, and then Lammy goes, leave it to Lammy, and then Parappa goes, I gotta believe, and then it's all just like a mash-up, and then they just play the drums, and then the hairdresser octopus comes and go, woo! It's just brilliant. And then she's like, snip, snip, trim, trim, die, die.
I forgot about that, man. I was in my early 30s, late 20s when I wrote this, man. That was a long. Thank you for bringing these up. I mean, thank
You're
you
welcome.
so much. I honestly don't bring those up anymore.
Aww.
I really did.
It's fun. It's really fun.
Thank you. I mean, wow.
When I was younger, I couldn't say. I remember this YouTuber I watched who reviewed it. He was like, "Oh yeah, when I was younger, I couldn't say Parappa the Rapper, so I said Pappy Rappy."
Close enough.
Yeah.
Close enough.
I just called him Parappa because I was like, okay,
yeah. Because when Parappa came out, I remember Japanese people used to say Parappa the Rapper. They used to stop it there. Here's the creator of Parappa the Rapper. They used to stop it and say the rapper. Welcome to Parappa the Rapper. This is not Parappa the Rapper. It was not one word.
Yeah.
Parappa the Rapper.
Yeah. Now, there's a lot of voice actors from the games who were just fading into obscurity. I mean, if you look at the voice actors, Colonel Noodle, Andrew Alonso, and Ethan N. Banks, who voiced the Beard Burger Master, they're literally the only credited things they are on IMDb is Parappa. That's it. There's nothing else about them on the internet. I can't find them. I can't, find any contact stuff about them.
Oh yeah, Amber. By the way, I should let you know that. By the way, Parappa the Rapper, he kind of looks like a dog, right?
Yeah.
We don't know what he is, but we're assuming that he looks like a dog. But the original design of Parappa,
yeah,
he was a shrimp.
What?
He was a prawn.
Parappa the Rapper.
He was a shrimp. He had a long face like this.
Yeah.
And then he had like 8 arms, or like I don't know how many arms shrimps have, but he was a walking shrimp with a hat on, like a rapper.
Wow. I didn't know that.
When I first wrote Kick Punches All in the Mind, Parappa was a shrimp. Nobody knows this.
Kick punch straight into the fry up.
When we made our first original animation, it was a shrimp movie. Then later on, we decided, nah, it's just too uncatchy.
I wonder if there's any original shrimp designs out there.
You know what? Later on tonight, I might have a photo. I might find a photo of them. I might be.
No, there's nothing on Google. Nothing.
No, you'll never find it. No, it's only in our classified.
In the Sony archives.
In my files at home.
It's all in the mind.
All in the mind. There you go. Hold in the mind.
Oh
Shrimp Parappa. Hold in the mind.
Oh man. It's just, oh my god, my morning has just been made. Like, I feel as if today's gonna be a good day, and I need to get out of the house. I literally promised myself, oh yeah, I'm gonna walk to the library and print out all the script I need to learn for this production I'm doing, because we're doing a college production, Christmas production. There's about 170 pages long.
What? Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm running out of space in my notebook, so I'm ordering a Parappa one off Redbubble.
Okay.
Yeah. So. Yeah, obviously, every time I go to class, I'll think of you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh man. This just feels surreal. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like brilliant. It's amazing. It's like a dream come true.
We're all connected now. From now, we're all connected, so we're all family.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Are you on like Facebook or Instagram or anything like that?
I used to do Facebook, which I kind of faded out. Instagram, I don't even do these days. I've kind of faded away from SNS for some reason. I'm very comfortable with just doing radio right now for some reason.
Oh,
I'm
that's fine.
really busy, so
I've actually
these.
done radio before. Like my mum was like, "Oh yeah,
Really?
you'd be a good radio presenter." Well,
I think so too.
it wasn't like a phone in or anything. It was like I went to the BBC in London, so I was like, oh, just to be on this radio show.
Is that?
There I am. There's my young self.
Oh, who's that? Yeah, you are. You're
That's her name.
great.
Her name's Joe Good. She's a radio
Joe
presenter.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow. I remember this day very well. I just remember coming into the
oh my
BBC. I had my
gosh.
own little lanyard saying
Wow.
Amber Jones,
Wow.
BBC Radio
Wow.
London. I was like, oh my
Wow.
gosh. Right. So wow. I think we should. Yeah, I think we should call it a day here. I think it's been
Thank you so
lovely
much, and
talking
thank
to
you
you.
everybody for listening and watching. Thank you. Arigato gozaimasu. Thank you so much. Thank you so
I'll
much.
do a fake outro. And then obviously I'll properly say goodbye to you if that's okay. So as Rue said, obviously you don't use social media. You can hear him though. Well, I don't know. I don't think you can listen to InterFM outside of Japan.
Yeah, I don't think so. But I do have a radio show. It's called Tokyo Dance Park on InterFM 897. We play all the newest hits and also old hits too. But it's unfortunately in Tokyo right now. But thank you for listening.
It's
And
fine. It's
please
fine.
listen to
Honestly.
Amber the Fangirl, and please check her out. Please continue checking out Amber.
Thank you. I appreciate it. We should definitely keep in touch. I'll keep in touch, send you Parappa stuff, like the cosplay and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
wow,
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Please.
yeah, it would be an honor, such an honor to see you in person one day. So, to go home, thank you so much for watching. It's goodbye from me, goodbye from Rue, whichever way, because I always get the direction wrong. And we'll see you around. Bye. And cut.